Good morning, everybody, on this Thursday, October 1st. I'm smiling because I'm thinking about how a week from now, I will, or not a week from now, a month from now, I will have my new house. Yeah. My appraisal is getting done today. I don't remember if I told you guys that. Got my appraisal set up for today. So at 1 o'clock today, the appraiser is going to be going through the house. Fingers crossed everything turns out wonderfully and perfect. I don't need it to appraise out like, you know, crazy amounts higher than what I paid for it. I just need it to appraise out enough so that the mortgage is what it needs to be for what I paid for it. That's all I care about. When I bought this house, it actually appraised out higher than what I paid for it, but I don't need that. I just wanted to appraise out at what I paid for it. That's all. That's all I need. That's all I need. I'm looking at my finances right now, making sure I have enough money for Neil's tuition for next semester. You know, before I don't know. I'm going to have 2 mortgages for a little while. Hopefully not longer than like a month or 2, but I'm going to have 2 mortgages for a little while. And, you know, I got to worry about paying my mortgage for both houses. You know, my dad tried to recommend, and he did recommend. He tried to tell me that I really should put my house on this house on the market now that I'm in the process of getting my new house, you know, done. And I told him that I don't really want to do that, and it's for a lot of reasons. Number one, I've got a lot of clutter. I mean, especially this room. This room that I'm working in right now is the most cluttered room in the house, except with the exception of the basement. This room right here is the most cluttered in the house. Now, some people might look at my dining room and be like, what about all those shelves in the dining room? That's all food. I know what that is. It's not really clutter. Well, the one whole cabinet or the one whole bookshelf is for the most part video games and movies. Actually, you just can't see it because there's like a couple pieces of food, like a couple of shelves I have like protein bars sitting in front of them, or I have like beef jerky in front of them, but the rest of the shelf is video games or movies or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's like the whole one bookshelf. The second bookshelf is all food. But it's not like overtly cluttered, if that makes sense. This room right here is the most cluttered room in the house because I have Nimini. This room is like my catch-all. This is my work office. This is my Nimini's room, and it's my Epic Beauty Fail room. So this room right here is a catch-all for multiple office space for me. So that's why it's so cluttered. Some of the stuff I'm going to get rid of. It's just stuff I haven't cleaned out in a long time. I've got books on this little bookshelf right here beside my desk. So some of the stuff will go, but for the most part, it is a catch-all for Nimini's work, and Epic Beauty Fail. So, I am going to have to, you know, figure out what to do with all this stuff. And some of it's like furniture. Like I have 2 rocking chairs over here, the sofa here, this sofa, if we can get it out of this room. We had one heck of a time getting into the room because of the door and the way the stairs are over there. It was really, really difficult to get it into the room. We finally got it, but it was difficult. So I think what we're gonna have to do is take the door into the room, the door off its hinges, so we can get that couch out. If we can't get it out, we'll probably just cut it up into pieces and get it in the garbage. But if we can get it out, that's going to go in our basement of our new house. I've got 2 rocking chairs over here. I have a rocking chair over here. So like that right there is a good chunk of, you know, space in this room. I'm not sure if we're going to put the rocking chairs outside or keep them inside. These 2 rocking chairs were actually, one of them was given to us by John's grandmother. When Neil was born, he was the first great-grandchild, and she gave one of them to us. She bought the pair, and at her auction, she actually had an auction when she passed away. Well, she didn't. The kids had an auction when she passed away. We bought the other chair, so we would have both. And then I have a rocking chair over here that was from John's grandfather on the other side, his mom's dad. I think that was who it came from. I think. So all 3 of those rocking chairs mean something to us. We also have a 4th rocking chair. I think it's in the basement. I'm pretty sure it's in the basement. That is a rocking chair from Cracker Barrel. It's one of the Cracker Barrel ones. And my mom gave me that one. So we have 4 rocking chairs that are kind of important to us. Yeah. We have 4 rocking chairs that are kind of important to us. But I already have, like, in my head where all of the furniture for the most part is going to go. Of course, the bedroom furnitures are going to go in the bedrooms. The couch, if we can get it out, is going to go in the basement. The rocking chairs, I think, are going to go in the basement. All 4 of them are going to go in the basement. And then, actually, some of them might go upstairs. I'm not sure about the rocking chairs just yet. But the sofas downstairs, we have 3 sofas in the living room right now. 2 of them are going to go in the upstairs living room at our new house, and the last one is going to go in the basement living room. Because we're going to have a TV set up in the basement. The old TV, the 55-inch TV, is going to be set up in the basement with the video game systems and a cable box. So you can watch TV down there or play video games. And we're going to set it up, you know, and you're going to be able to watch movies down there and stuff. So we're also going to put the exercise equipment in that room too. So in theory, you can sit there and watch TV or like watch a workout video from your phone broadcast on the TV, because it is a smart TV, while you exercise, or you can just sit down and play video games, or you can sit down and watch a movie, you know. So the room in the basement is going to be our den basically, and the room upstairs is going to be our living room where we spend most of our time, because the big TV is going to go in the upstairs living room. And then all the bedroom furniture is going to go in the bedrooms, obviously. And then one of the bedrooms is going to be my office. There's 3 bedrooms upstairs. Yeah. Long term, we're looking at expanding the 1 bedroom, taking a little bit of space off of the kitchen. Because right now the kitchen is an eating kitchen, and then it has a separate dining room. Some people might love that. That's not really our aesthetic. I don't need an eating kitchen and a separate dining room. So we've been talking about taking a little bit, not a ton, maybe 3 feet off of the kitchen, maybe 2 feet, 2 or 3 feet, something like that, off of the kitchen, and adding that to the bedroom behind it, and have that, like, leave the bedroom, like the actual bedroom itself, the same size as it is, but expand the closet into that space, so there's almost like a separate sitting room slash closet slash dressing room. So the bedroom itself isn't huge, but it'll have that extra room off the side as like a sitting room, dressing room, closet kind of space. And then the bathrooms, redoing the bathroom. So like right now the biggest bedroom has an attached bath, but I think we're going to take a little bit of space from the biggest bedroom and put a bathroom in, and then take the current bathrooms and flip-flop them. I'll show you. I'm going to do an interior house tour once we actually get settled. But that's not going to be right away. Right away, we're going to use the in-law suite as our bedroom. The purpose of that, of redoing all that, is because it'll give us a bedroom and a bathroom that we actually really like, the way it's set up. And then it reclaims the in-law suite, because I think that there will be a time that I might need to have space for my dad. You know, he's all alone, or he will be when my grandfather passes away. And I know he would love to stay in the area where he's at now. He's about a half an hour away from me. I know he'd love to stay there, but he's 65 right now. He's doing really, really good right now. But, you know, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I don't know that he's going to be doing okay anymore, you know. My dad moved in with my grandfather, I think when my grandfather was about 85. And it wasn't necessarily because my grandfather needed the help, but it was because my parents got divorced. So my parents got divorced, yeah, about 8 years ago. So my parents had, as my grandparents aged, my grandparents lived a block from my parents, and as they aged, my dad and mom bought my grandparents' house, and they put like a living, there's a clause you can put in the deed that as long as my grandparents were alive, they had rights to live there, but it put ownership of the house in my parents' name. Now, my dad has a brother, so like my parents paid for it. It wasn't like it was just given to them or anything. My parents paid for the house. So my my dad, when my parents got divorced, my grandmother had already passed away, and my dad moved in with my grandfather. And my dad's already said, he's like, once your grandfather dies, once my grandfather dies, he's like, I'm not staying in this house. I'm not maintaining this property. I'm gonna sell the house and get an apartment or something. So I can see it being the case that at some point my dad might need somewhere to live that's still his own, but you know, just that somebody's there to keep an eye on him and make sure everything's okay. It might not be for 15 years, but it might still come. My in-laws are still doing okay as well, but my mother-in-law is 75. She's 10 years older than my dad. My mother-in-law is 75. My father-in-law is 73, I think. It's either 72 or 73. I can never remember if he's 2 years younger or 3 years younger. But it's possible that at some point they would need somewhere to stay as well. So long story short, I'd like to have in the next, 5 years or so, 5 to 10 years, be able to redesign the bedrooms to be a little bit more to our liking, so that we can move back into the main house and have the in-law suite in the case that, maybe Neil needs an apartment after he graduates college. But now that's only a year and a half from now. But you know what I mean? Like, there's lots of stuff that can happen. There's lots of stuff that can happen, and having like a separate little living space wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing. That's one of the reasons why we were looking for somewhere that had an in-law suite. So anyway, I've been rambling for a really, really long time. Can you tell that the house is on my mind? I'm excited. I'm excited to get it done, and I'm excited to get moved and be settled by the end of the year and hopefully get this house sold as well. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to work, and I will see you guys later today. Bye. Well, y'all, it is 9:30 thereabouts. I've got a Nicholas who's pretending to sleep. I've got a Buttercup over here that is sleeping, and then I've got a Wednesday right here that is sleep. Well, her eyes are open right now. She was asleep, but she's looking at Nick because Nick's making all sorts of noise right there. Apparently he must have like a dog hair in his nose or something. I don't know what the heck he's doing over here.
I'm pretending to be a weird...
You're definitely pretending to be weird, that's for darn sure.
I'm saying I'm pretending to be a weird animal.
Nicholas got home from school and he had some unhappy news to share.
Thank you.
He didn't do all that great on some schoolwork. So he's got to do more studying, don't you, Nick?
I really do not want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it. I went to the dollar store and picked Nick up some index cards so he could make some flashcards. I got that and I got hand soap. So I got...
So you got more hand soap.
$2. I spent...
You had to buy more hand soap?
Technically I spent $2.12. I lied to you, dear. I said I spent $2. I spent $2.12 because there was tax on both things that I bought.
You know, liar. Your pants on fire.
My pants on fire.
Hold on, let me get a lighter real quick.
You're gonna catch my pants on fire. Whew. Excuse me.
Down the street
But, yeah. What do we have for dinner?
We had chicken alfredo and...
You had linguine and I had miracle rice.
You mean fettuccine.
Oh, you had fettuccine, and I had miracle rice. So, yeah. And then I went to the dollar store, and then I came home, and I was watching some videos with John for a little while. He was watching some guy dig his own well that he put a hand pump on, which was interesting. And John was also watching a video about a wood stove. And he was watching a video about a guy who was making his electricity-free hot water heater. He was actually pumping water through. He had like a rocket stove, and then he put a chimney on it basically, and he put curly Q tubing
coil
inside
copper coil
to run the water through so it would heat, and then he'd have hot water. So that was one of the things John was watching. And then we came back here and I watched an episode of Hoarders.
How many quarters did you watch?
There's a lot of Hoarders episodes. Sorry for the yawn. Now it's 9:30, and I should have filmed a video tonight to put up on Epic Beauty Fail tomorrow, and I did not.
Can we do a taste test tomorrow?
tea.
What?
What?
We have that tea out there.
We do have that tea out there. But yeah, I should have filmed a Get Ready With Me to post tomorrow, and I didn't. I didn't. So. Anyhow.
Somehow I got something itchy on my back.
Your back's itchy? Apparently Nick's back's itchy.
Instead of using walls like Dad had to do, I had to use pillows.
I think the corner of a wall or a door frame is going to be better at itching your back than a pillow is going to be.
But pillows are soft.
So we got conditional approval for our mortgage today. They needed some additional paperwork. They needed another copy of my homeowner's quote, which I don't know why they needed another one. However, I went in and looked at it and the square footage was wrong, so I updated the square footage, which increased the rebuild value even higher. So the rebuild value is almost 2 times what we are paying for the house. So I'm gonna have a major issue. What are you doing?
Something farted.
I didn't fart. I don't smell
I didn't
anything.
fart.
I don't smell anything. I don't know if the dogs did. I don't know.
Probably Dad did.
But we could literally burn down the house, pay off the mortgage, and still have enough money to build a replacement house.
Speaking of
Without a mortgage, by the way.
Speaking of burning down a house, a famed restaurant was destroyed by a wildfire.
He's looking at the Weather Channel app. Yeah. So I'm going to have a major issue if the appraisal doesn't come back. I'm going to be like, you are joking.
What appraisal are you seeing?
The appraiser had to determine the value of the house today. So, yeah, they came back. Oh, Wednesday. Her diaper was pulled down a little bit. So, yeah, we had a conditional approval. There was some stuff that we needed to get. I got 2 of the 4 things. One of the things that they wanted was a fully executed addendum to the terms of sale that has the property address on it, because nowhere on the terms of sale does it have the property address, and the address of the seller. And I called the lady who sent me the email and left her a message. She didn't call me back, which kind of is annoying because I called her at like 3:45. But I called her and left her a message, and I said, hey, we bought this from an estate. So technically there is no physical address for the seller because the seller is in a cemetery. And, I mean, you guys know that I, deal with the passing of my mother, so I'm not saying that lightly. There really is no seller. I mean, technically the son is the executor of the estate, but there is no address of the seller. It's someone who no longer is with us. So I don't know what they want. Like, I honestly don't know what they want. So anyway, today I am thankful that we got the conditional approval for the mortgage. Other than the couple of pieces of paperwork that we need to get, I need to send them another piece of paperwork, which I should be able to do. What are you doing? You're giving me a kiss on my arm.
I'm trying to kiss you in the cheek, but you're moving your hand.
You kissed my arm.
You're moving your hand apart. I can't get a kiss on the cheek.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
So there's still a couple things, like we need to give verbal confirmation of
Gotta
our
slurp your water.
yes, we need to give verbal confirmation that we're still employed 10 days before we close. And it's like, okay, we can do that. Anyway, I am thankful today that we got conditional approval for the mortgage, and literally it is pending the appraisal at this point as far as I'm concerned. Everything else is just checking boxes. And in theory, the appraisal should be checking a box too. If the homeowner's insurance is literally going to pay twice what we are paying for the house, almost, it's like 98% or 198%, 195%, something like that.
Here's half of myself. Here's my full self.
There's your whole stuff.
Get this all in here.
Oh, okay, you can't get the whole way in here.
I can't get my legs though.
There should be no issue with the appraisal, but who the heck knows. Anyway, you ready to close it out?
The only thing I'm thankful for is having a best mom.
Thank you,
And
Nicholas.
having a best dad.
A best mom and a best dad.
Nice, buddy.
All right, hit it.
Hope today was better than yesterday.
Hope tomorrow is better than today.
Hope you have a great day.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.